Hello, it's Richard Wayne. Final one of the videos I shot on that morning, a beautiful November morning before a course. I'm going to talk to you about beliefs, because we all have beliefs, hundreds of them, thousands of them. But many of those beliefs are erroneous. They're built on errors, little lies. I'll give you an example of how these lies can develop, often in childhood, but very often they do develop as we get older. But in childhood, a short time ago I was seeing a lot of kids for therapy for various reasons. And we're going to call this little boy Jimmy. It wasn't his real name, obviously. And little Jimmy was in to see me for bedwetting. He had a long journey over to me. I lived about 40 miles away. And he came through to me one evening. And we just got talking about things. And he suddenly said to me, "Do you know that foxes have got torches in their eyes?" Well, I'm always willing to be educated. Yeah, I said, "Well, no, I didn't. Tell me more." So little Jimmy explained that on the way he'd seen a fox, he'd seen a rabbit, he'd seen a cat, I think there might have been a dog, and all their eyes shone in the dark. Now, little Jimmy's reasoning on this was quite simple. We're in a car, we've got car headlights. Because it's dark, we need to see where we're going, we have car headlights. Animals aren't in a car, and they're in the dark, and you use torches to see in the dark, so you had torches in their eyes. Little Jimmy didn't understand about reflection from the iris. Now, if no one put him straight, he could have grown up believing that all animals had got torches in their eyes to see in the dark. I can also tell you about little Sophie. Now, she also had a bedwetting situation going on. And we were talking about this, and she said, "Well, it's because I've got two tummies." Okay, tell me more. And she went on to say, "Well, you have a front tummy, because when you drink, that goes in and it comes out your front bottom. And when you eat, it goes into your back tummy and it comes out your back bottom." And there's some wonderful logic in that. Reinforced by the fact that if she's choking, someone pats her on the back and says it's gone down the wrong hole. Ergo, two tummies. Now, if no one actually corrects those beliefs, they grow up with them. Erroneous beliefs. Another typical erroneous belief, which I see quite frequently, is that I was the fault mum and dad split up. They'd be laid upstairs in bed crying, hearing mummy and dad arguing yet again, and their name being called out, shouted. The kid immediately assumes that they're the problem, mum and dad splitting up. But they're not. They're arguing about visiting rights, or who's having them which weekend, etc., etc. But this is never explained. That poor child grows up, wrecks many of their relationships because they just expect their relationship to go straight down as their parents did. Now, these are beliefs. Well, let's see how we spell belief. Many, many, many beliefs have got one of those in the middle. A big, fat lie. It's our job as therapists to help shift that big, fat lie. Little more to say on that. We all have our own different methods of dealing with these beliefs. Maybe it might be a little bit of a useful exercise for you to just trip back in your mind and see where some of your beliefs came from. See if all your beliefs are actually valid. You might come up with some new ways of doing those things. That could help you. It could help your client. And obviously, if you need help with some new ideas to deal with that, well, I'm always here, ready to help you. See you again soon.